have a hot tip for you today regarding scheduling and cycles. Do not let summer you schedule your diary. Summer you, whether that is ovulating you or just like the time of the day that you feel most energized, will always overschedule you, because at that point your energy, your capacity feels at its peak, but you won't necessarily remember that. Give this to myself all the time, and let ovulating Vix take over, and then poor bleeding Vix 2 weeks later is like, why have I done this to myself again? Why do I not have any space? So when you're making decisions about your schedule, like into the future, try and track where you're going to be in the various cycles that are important to you, and imagine where your future self is going to be and how they're going to feel about the decisions that you're making for them now. And make those decisions in a way that is kind to where your future self is likely to be. So one way that I do this, for example, is I have a kind of separate calendar that I can kind of turn on and off, where I kind of map out my ideal day, my ideal week. And on that, I block out like the time when I'm bleeding. And actually for me, the couple of days beforehand, so I don't have a lot of space then, that's when my inner critic can get really noisy, and I can get really grouchy with the world. So for me, having like space then feels really important. So if I have it already blocked out in my calendar, and it's not an exact science, but if I know that it's coming, then like me 2 weeks before, 2 months before, is making more sensitive decisions about what I'm choosing to say yes to over that time that might support where I am in my cycle when I get there. So don't let summer you be in charge of your diary. Summer you will always overschedule you. And by the same token, I wouldn't let winter you do it either. Right? You always like to kind of underschedule, because that's what you need in that moment. But take a more holistic view of how you are scheduling in relationship to your cycles. Will future you thank you for the decisions that you're making?